and welcome to Coleman Tarot. My name is A.T. Coleman, and this is going to be your reading for the month of January. I'm not doing a reading for December because it's going to go by so fast. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away 3 things for the holiday, whatever you celebrate. So I have typically like a guy's bracelet, but it can be used for women as well. This one has howlite and carnelian and obsidian. And this one has jade and red river jasper and turquoise. Okay, so those, and then also I'm going to be giving away the main prize, which is a set of meditation stones. These are different stones for different chakras, so you put these on yourself when you're meditating, or you can even just hold one at a time for a different meditation. I'll send you a link. Whoever wins this, I'll send you a link on how to do that. I didn't make the video on it. It's just other people have videos on how to meditate with them, and I saw them, and that's how I got a set for myself, and this is a set for one of you. So those 3 prizes are going to be given out. All you have to do is in the comments, if you decide you want one of these things, in the comments for yourself or someone else, just put in the comment which one of those you want, and then I will draw at the end of the month. I will draw, and then for the next month I'll announce the winner, and 3 people will win those. Okay, so now I'm going to start with your video. Here we go.
Okay, Pisces, here we go. The air outside is filled with smoke from all the fires that are happening right now. So my throat is really scratchy, and although it normally is anyway, but so I hope I'm not coughing too much, but also, I hope that everybody out there in the fire that's fighting the fire is okay, because there's a lot of people fighting that fire right now. A lot of people affected by that fire right now. Okay, Justice is your first card, and then you have the Star in reverse, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles, and then you have the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, the Knight of Wands. Your obstacle is the Lovers, and your outcome is the Ace of Swords. Excellent. This is the stuff that's hidden from you. So starting off with Justice, okay? This is about karma coming back to you. So if you've, obviously they always say if you've done good things, it comes back to you as good things. If you've done bad things, it comes back to you as bad things. But also the Justice card is about legal contracts and signing paperwork. It has to do a lot with paperwork. And I think since you have the Queen of Pentacles here, it can be about signing paperwork that establishes you more financially secure, like not necessarily even a promotion, but something that makes you stand out. Like here we have the 7 of Wands. This is about somebody standing up for something they believe in. This is about somebody who is, the King of Wands is about somebody who is in charge of a passionate project. So a lot of these cards are connected. It can be about signing new contracts for a home, signing new contracts for a job. And I don't even necessarily think that it's a promotion. It might just be a shift. It might be a new, somebody new coming in and buying the company, or somebody new coming in that's in charge, or you might just an updating thing. There might be something updating where you have to update your contract, or some kind of shift, some kind of not even an advancement. It's just that, you know how sometimes modernization happens and you end up having to have more contracts and more paperwork, and then you have to take a course to have this thing match with this thing. It's just paperwork. A lot of paperwork is what I see with this card, okay? A lot of legal type mumbo jumbo bureaucratic crap. You know, they always have to do that stuff. You have to sign this, and then you have to do this, and then you have to have this paperwork for this. So I see a lot of paperwork. And with the Queen of Pentacles, it can have to do with home paperwork, signing paperwork that establishes your home. You might be signing contracts on getting a new home, things like that. Because these guys are both big shifts in life, okay? This card usually is about somebody who's an entrepreneur starting a new business. It can be about somebody starting a new project. And this card is about somebody who is in charge of their finances, building an empire. Okay, so both of these, the King and the Queen here, both of these cards signify to me just a lot of legal contracts. Okay, a lot of business type stuff, money, business. And then over here we have the Seven of Wands, which is about standing up for yourself and standing up for an idea. Okay? You might also be doing some activism. That might have to do with standing up for things or standing up for people. But with these three cards, these guys are all really serious. Okay, look at these guys. They're all really serious, and they're all about making things legal, making things legitimate, making things concrete, and making things permanent. Okay, so that's what those guys are about. They're all saying, okay, let's establish a foundation. Let's establish some big, serious things in your life. Okay, I'm just saying these guys are just very grown up and very adult and very like by the book type of people. Okay, over here we have the Star in reverse. Now the Star is wishes coming true. Okay, it's about making magic happen, and all of a sudden you wish for something, and then suddenly just boom, it just shows up. So this could happen, and it's in reverse, so that means it's not. That means that there's something that's not exactly perfect about it. You're getting what you want, but it's not exactly perfect. And that might have to do with the paperwork as well, because you might just suddenly get that home that you've always wanted, but then you realize, oh my gosh, this is wrong with it and that's wrong with it. It's going to be a lot of work. Okay? Or you might start that business you've always dreamed of, but then you realize, oh my gosh, I didn't realize there's going to be this involved, and now I have to get insurance and blah, 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 blah. Okay? So there's a lot of paperwork that's messing up the dream, but you still get the dream. That's the thing. You still get the wish. It's just that paperwork is bogging you down. Okay? Now, over here, we have the Six of Cups, and this is about nostalgia and the past and looking back on things fondly, and also it's about the past getting in the way a little bit, okay? All right. Now, over here, okay, we already dealt with this guy. That is in the middle of your month. The middle of your month is you standing up for something, and it can even be standing up for this dream that you have and saying, okay, look, I know there's a lot of paperwork involved. I know there's more work than I thought it was going to be, but I'm still going to stand up for it. I'm still going to stick with it because I really care about it, okay? And with the King of Wands as well, he's the king of passion. He really cares about this thing, and this guy with the wand really cares about this thing. So it can just be that you're also standing up for your dream, regardless of all the work that you have to go through that you weren't expecting. Okay? So your obstacle is the Lovers. And this has to do with, a lot of times this has to do with getting closer to somebody and breaking up, making up, and all that other stuff. As an obstacle for you with the Lovers, what I'm seeing is you expected something to be perfect. You expected to have this perfect relationship with your dream or with the thing you're trying to accomplish. And it's not perfect. Okay? But you still care about it. I don't see this as being necessarily a relationship thing, although you do have the nostalgia card. But I think that it's more about that you wanted something to be perfect and it wasn't. And you have to kind of grow up and realize, okay, it's not going to be how I imagined when I was a little kid. I thought I was going to be a rock star. And now that I'm an adult, I realize I have to get this editing suite. I realize I have to pay these fees for this and fees for that. And the magicians are fighting it. You know, like nothing's ever like as you dream it's going to be. But in the end, it's going to be more solid and real than your dream, okay? Your dream is kind of like a pie in the sky type of thing, but these guys are serious. These guys are making the dream real, okay? With a lot of paperwork and a lot of adult responsibilities, and you got to worry about the money, and you have to be in charge of people, but still, you know, like the adult version might end up being even better than what you dreamed when you were a kid, okay? Now, your outcome is the Ace of Swords, and this is about clarity. This is about realizing sometimes it could be a harsh truth because of this, you know, it can cut you. It's a sword. Intelligence is represented by a sword, but so is pain, okay? And so is growth, and so is something cutting you, okay? And so is hurt feelings, and so is authority. All of those are associated with the sword, okay? Because knowledge can hurt you. Knowledge can be an authority, okay? So this is telling me as well that even though you're going to have to deal with all these harsh truths, it might it might cut you, but in the end also you're going to realize what you need to do, and you're going to realize that things are not as they were when you were a kid. Things are not as you imagined them to be. Okay, this is a great card to have as an outcome because it lets you know that at least you know what you're going to have to accomplish. At least you know what your next step is going to be. At least you are figuring things out because you have the knowledge there. You have the wisdom. You also have this eagle over here giving you advice. So at least you're going to know by the end of the month what you need to do. And you have the strength to do it because you have all these powerful cards. So once you figure out what you want to do, you're going to have the strength to do it. Okay, and you're going to have the strength and the knowledge. So that's great. You're just not going to love the paperwork. Okay, next you have the Two of Cups. Great, great. That's like a soulmate card. That's like a great connection. So that is when you had the Lovers, you had it as an obstacle, but thank goodness you have this, which is much better, which is the Two of Cups. That is about you actually getting this, you overcoming this as an obstacle and you achieving it. You achieving loving what you want, you achieving having a loving relationship or being closer to somebody. I do think for most of you that it's going to be about not feeling enchanted with whatever it is that you're trying to do. But I think also it can be that somebody's helping you along the way and getting closer to them. I still think for most of you, this is going to be you realizing that you do love that thing that you care about. You just were not as happy with it as you thought you were going to be. And you had to get back to the reasons. Go back over the reasons why you're trying to accomplish this. Because you don't just have the fantasy that you're going to do it. You want to live that fantasy, okay? And you have to deal with the harsh realities of living with it. But it looks like things turn out okay because you have this, where you feel much better and you feel more connected to it. Now, you also have this, the Eight of Wands, great, fast progress, shooting forward, okay? This way, in here, the middle of your month, Seven of Wands, sticking up for it. Then you have the Eight of Wands, which is everybody is following it. They're on board. They see that you're fighting for it and they say, if you want that badly, I'm with you, okay? Fast progress. The last one that you have here is the Magician, thank goodness. The Magician solves problems. The Magician, he only has this one little wand, but it's the most powerful one of all, okay? Look at these sticks. You got the stick here, then you got the sticks going forward, then you're the king with the wand, and here you have this little tiny wand, but it does magic. So great to see the Magician. That means that whatever problem you come up against, you can solve it. Perfect. So glad to see that. All right, now I'm going to give you your Fate card. So whether your problem is relationship-wise or career-wise, you're going to be able to come up with a solution because you're going to have clarity and you're going to be smart and powerful, okay? Water, emotions are at their peak. That's your Fate card. Emotions are at their peak, okay? And look at this, water. Okay, water, and here's your water. All right? This is you as a kid dreaming, and this is you as an adult making it happen, okay? It's going to be emotional, and the thing that's going to be emotional is going to be disappointment about how it's not perfect, okay? That's the emotional part. But you've got to pull up your big boy or your big girl pants and say, I'm not going to just let this die. I'm going to fight for it. And you've got all the strength and all the knowledge in the world to do it, okay? Now, here's your spiritual card. It says, the Grail Knight. And look at him again with his wand there. He's saying, look, when it gets tough, when it gets hard, I'm going to take a knee and I'm going to pray and I'm going to ask for help. Okay? And that's what he's doing here. He's asking for help and he's getting it. Okay? It says here, romance, illusion, and seeking the sacred. The illusion was your obstacle that you were thinking it was going to be perfect and it wasn't. Okay? That's the illusion. And this says seeking the sacred. So if you run into trouble this month, just take a knee and say, I trust in God, I trust in the universe, I trust in myself, I trust that this is going to be, that I can do this, because you can. You're going to be the magician, okay? So have a wonderful month, and don't forget your outcome was clarity, and you have all these wonderful cards, and you are going to be like the Grail Knight. You're going to keep going regardless of any obstacle because you're going to be really strong, okay? And smart. Bye.